Hello, my friend.
Ready to roll.
Ready to roll.
Doing?
Good to see you.
Yeah, I just have to remember which game we played last weekend because we've already kind of moved on to
I know you have. You're good about that.
But it's good to recap it and review it.
We will. How was Tuesday practice?
It was good. Really good practice today. We had to go in the indoor. It was a little bit. Got some weather. That's why I got the hoodie on now. It's getting a little colder, but still got to rock the shorts. Got to show off the calves, my best feature.
Fall has certainly arrived, into winter a little bit. Football weather, they say, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's how you know you're getting toward the tail end of the season. And for us, it's after this week, we got the last four, but we're always focused on the next game and trying to get that 1-0 for that week. Speaking
of weather, what a great day in Orlando it was on Saturday.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, that's... my wife's from Polk County. She's from that area, and so when we normally go, it's in July, which is
a little less awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to go to Disney World in July. So, but I mean, it's still nice because I get to see the in-laws and everything. But yeah, the weather was awesome. It was like low 80s and nice breeze. Yeah, good sun. I got to wear my sunglasses, so I can't complain about it. Had a rocket launch.
Nice day for a rocket launch. First time we've had that during a football game.
Tons of royal blue in the stadium, so a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, about that, it really showed up. And as the game went along and BYU was more and more in command, some of the UCF fans by the time the game was over, kind of felt like you're building.
Yeah, and I think the BYU fans are kind of spread out. There's one section was kind of they're mostly the visiting section, and then there was kind of spread out all over. And once the game felt like it was under control, UCF fans started to leave, and then you just saw the royal blue just kind of come together, and it was nice. They had when they got together, we had to sing the fight song twice because there's so many, and I just want to show them how much we appreciate them and love them, and the guys had a lot of fun, and they have a lot of fun representing the fans.
And pretty much wherever you go in the Big 12, somebody from that market, usually a media member, will say, wow, I've never seen a team with as many fans in an away building in this conference as BYU. They're getting used to what you've kind of been used to for a while now.
Yeah, and it's always, for us being the visiting team, it's always comforting to see the blue out there and have the fans cheering for us, and that's a nice feel. But we, talking to the fans after the game, we know that a lot of people drove in from the region and drove some hours, but it was nice to be on the East Coast and have them visit us. And so I appreciate all those that made the trip and made some noise, and I'm glad they're happy with the result.
Well, you played a game in August, you played games in September, you've now played games in October, and you still haven't taken an L.
Yeah, and then let's do what we did in September and October. That'd be nice. And I think the goal, us being focused on just that one game for the week, has been really helpful for our program. I have to give a lot of credit to our coaches and our leaders on our team have done a great job keeping them focused on the goal, and that's going 1-0 every week. And I can assure you this week and the bye week we'll go 1-0, and then we'll see what happens next week. But it's a good way to get started on our opponent, have some extra time on them. But really, more than anything, we want to fix some of the deficiencies that we saw from last week, and for me, it's a lot of the mistakes that are very manageable. The focus, the discipline. We had way too many false starts and offsides, and even just the rhythm of the calls coming in, and we can fix that. And I thought today was a good day for us, improving from the weekend, and looking forward to improving tomorrow.
Well, 8-0 does put you in the AP top 10 at number 9. Next Tuesday, 1 week from tonight, is election night. It's also Kevin Young's first regular season night, and it's also the night when the college football playoff rankings come out for the first time. We don't know where BYU will be, but there's a really good chance BYU will be somewhere in that field because you're undefeated. Just that fact alone, knowing in this new era that you're representing right off the bat, how happy does that make you and proud of your guys?
Well, I think us being in the Big 12 is a lot of fun, and I mean it's an honor for us to be in this conference and to be partners with the other teams that are in the conference. I think we're not really worried about the rankings. We didn't worry about it when the first one came out before our game, so we right now don't give a lot of attention to it. We do know that we're in a position where we thought we could be as a team, and we knew that the focus is for us to keep trying to prove ourselves right, more than proving the doubters wrong. Like I said, it doesn't hurt though, but we really can't keep our focus has to be razor sharp and on our opponents, our next opponent, and then improving the things that we can improve day to day. and focus on all the small, simple things. And if we can do that, I think we'll be in a really good spot, and we'll love the results.
I totally get you. And at the same time, it's nice to have the BYU name, the logo, the message, the identity out there as much as it is. That comes with success. I was driving to work this morning, heard you on a national radio show on Sirius XM with Rick Neuheisel and Chris Childers. And then I get to work, and then Jake Retzloff's on Jim Rome. This is a normal thing right now for this BYU football program. That is a super positive thing.
Yeah, and it's not really a distraction because they're talking about the things, they're reinforcing what they've been doing. And so, and just showing the love that they have for each other, the love that they have representing our team. And it was nice that Jake was able to explain why he came here as a man of a different faith, and how he feels like he can live his faith at the fullest here being at BYU. And so that's a huge compliment to the university, the people that are here, and for him to make that move and then to talk about it. And we're in a really good spot. I don't mind the guys talking about BYU football. Let's also keep focusing on improving. And we've always said it before, let's stay humble and stay hungry, and try to keep working. And there's room for improvement. I want to see us play at our best. I can't wait. You know, we still can play better, and that's the fun part about it.
Let's officially put that UCF game in the rear view. It was 3 days ago that BYU was in Orlando looking for the program's first win at UCF in the fourth all-time meeting between these two programs. BYU was also playing for back-to-back Big 12 away wins for the first time since joining the conference. Let's recap BYU's win over the Knights with this week's momentum moment and top player performances presented by Waystar. And the momentum moment, we're picking this one, came right before halftime. It's a 7-point BYU lead, and then Chase Roberts happens, and suddenly you're up 2 touchdowns at halftime.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's a really tough person to match up in man-man coverage, and if you miss a tackle, he's got the speed that'll get you to the end zone. And so he's been a big weapon for us, and then same with the other guys. I like that. What I like about this when he scores, it's the energy and the excitement for the other players that are there. You see Darius show up quickly, and you see all the excitement from the rest of the team, and you see the sidelines when I get to see it on our film, the excitement that they have for it. And it's always the guys that are our backups for him and playing the same position that are more excited than even he is.
It was a big momentum shift, too. It was part of the middle 8. You got to score a touchdown while they scored a field goal in the middle 8. And then to start the second half, you get a defensive 3-and-out and score a touchdown. And so for a team that gets the ball to begin the second half, you kind of controlled what the team with the second half kickoff usually gets to control. Yeah,
I like the way the team, I mean, we've been always talking about complementary football, and that you know, we want to create momentum and create some rhythm. And you want to play your complementary football as in each phase of 3 phases, but they can really go well together, and it takes you have to be deliberate about it. And so having the coaches, I mean, having Jay Hill and Kelly Papinga and Aaron Roderick, A-Rod, those guys work together, and you know, my job is just to have the best seat in the house and empower them to make the right decisions, and then here we go. I mean, I think the thing I had to do in that game was decide we're going to go for 4th down, and you already know the answer to that one most of the time, you know. So,
or go for a fake field goal.
Yeah, the fake field goal is nice. I mean, it's you don't usually take your Australian rules football player and he's never hiked the ball before and have him do it. But if K-Pop can think it up, then these guys will work on it, and they'll find a way to make it work.
Let's take a look at some top player performances from Saturday. We start with the quarterback who's getting a lot of national watch list attention this week. Jake Retzloff, a really nice game. A 174 pass efficiency rating. That's his highest in his BYU career against any FBS opponent. 3rd time that he's had multiple TD passes and a rushing touchdown in the same game. He's a true dual threat. And, you know, from one season to the next, the growth continues week to week. And what a great starting quarterback he's been for you through 8 games.
Yeah, and what a great leader for us, and he's been, you know, he's been steady. I said it before, I like how comfortable he is with the offense. You could see the difference between last year and this year, and the time that he spent on it, and learning it, and making the checks and the audibles, putting the O-line in the right protection, all that stuff. He's done a great job at it, and taking care of the football is something that we always talk about, and you know, there's one turnover, right? The fumble that we can improve on. I'd like to see him fix that, but a lot of that had to do with the protection broke down a little bit.
Just needed about a half second more to find Parker Kingston.
Yeah, because Parker was wide open, and so I believe it was a tight end that wasn't able to hang on to his block, but it's okay. We'll work on it, you know, and keep. It's never perfect, but I want it to be, you know. So, and Jake's capable of doing it. So there's nothing wrong with. I believe there's nothing wrong with fixing and pointing out the mistakes, but you also have to combine that with praising the things that they're doing well. And Jake's done an amazing job at the quarterback position and with the offense. And a lot of guys have done some really good things. And I think it's important that we praise them even in combination with fix the problems. Let's praise
LJ Martin for his big game at UCF. 15 carries for 101 yards and a touchdown. There's this note. BYU is 5-0 all-time when LJ has 15 or more carries. He was right on that number in Orlando. BYU's 6-0 whenever LJ scores a touchdown, and he got one of those in Orlando as well. So good to have him back, as we've talked about, and got out of this game healthy, and then the 1-2 punch with Hinckley. But LJ kind of gets you going, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he's such a weapon. He can catch the ball in the backfield, too, and he does a great job of protection. But what he's the best at is running the ball. And you see how he and Hinckley complement each other with the 1-2 punch, and so I've been really pleased with what he's been doing, you know, as our starting running back, and then having Hinckley be able to work with him and having them on the field at the same time. It's been nice. I think A-Rod's done a great job at utilizing the talent. It's just nice to have him back and healthy again, and having basically all the weapons that you can use on offense.
Love this BYU defense. 14 interceptions now on the season, and remarkably, those 14 interceptions are spread around 11 players. And Isaiah Glasker, one of those 11 players, he got his second interception of the season on Saturday in Orlando and was kind of all over the field again. Isaiah Glasker in that linebacking corps, so much fun to watch. And again, just one of a bunch of guys who can snag the ball in the air and give it back to the offense.
Yeah, just a huge weapon. I mean, he's literally huge. He's 6'5", 235 pounds, and he said he played wideout and safety in high school. So he's got the mindset that he's still, you know, the skill position, and then he's physical and strong enough to play at the line of scrimmage. And so he's been great for us and has a nose for the ball. And I mean, all the guys you mentioned, there's 11 players that got interceptions, and so that's a good sign. That means that the guys are doing their job the right way, and we rotate a bunch of guys in there. So we knew that if you do your 111th, somebody's going to have an opportunity to make a big play, and Isaiah was able to get his second interception of the year.
And there's room for a few more guys to get a pick, too. Yeah. The BYU record, by the way, all time is 13 players in any one season, so that's still in play.